Hello everyone, welcome to lecture series of Programming for Problem Solving. Myself, I am K. Kiran Kumar, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Vignan's Foundation for Science, Technology and Research. Today, we are in the series of structures concept. In that we have discussed several concepts related to structures. In that series, today in this video session, we are going to demonstrate how to provide the relationship between structures to functions. We have discussed functions and we have discussed structures also. So we know what is the basic fundamentals of functions and as well as basic fundamentals of structures. So today I am going to cover the contents of two contents in this video session. One is structure to functions and another one is type definition in the structures. Okay, so how we will provide the relationship between the structures and structures to functions, that we will discuss, and as well as what is the type definition, why we are using this particular type definition in the structure, what is the purpose of this particular type definition. These two topics that we are going to be discussed in today's video session. Coming to first one, structure to functions. If you want to provide a relationship between structure to functions, there are two ways. How here we are the relationship between structure to functions is nothing but we are passing the structures to the functions. In this way, we are providing a relationship between structures to functions. Okay, so we know how to pass a passing mechanisms in the functions whenever a function call is made. We have already discussed in the concept of functions. Those are nothing but call by value and call by reference. How those two concepts are going to be represented in the structures, that is the relationship of structures to functions. So we are in this particular concept, we are passing the structure from one function to another function. Okay, so how this particular structure will be passed between the functions whenever a function call is made, there are mainly two ways. Okay, so first way is nothing but passing a structure to a function by value, that means call by value concept. So we are passing the structure here by passing its value. Okay, after that second one, passing a structure to a function with the help of address. So instead of passing a value, we are passing the address. Same call by value and call by reference concept we are discussing here, but we are discussing in the concept of structures. That is the only differentiation. Okay, so here these two processes we are doing here whenever a function call is made. So whenever a function call is made from the calling function to the called function, in the first case we are passing a value as a structure, and coming to second one, we are passing the structure instead of passing value, we are passing the address. Okay, so that is nothing but two ways. So in the first way, in passing a structure to a function in C by value, in this program the whole structure is passed. The whole structure is passed to another function by its value. Okay, here value is nothing but that we will discuss. So we are passing here value. Okay, the whole structure is passed to another function by its value. After that, it means that the whole structure is passed to another function with all members and their values. So we are passing a structure to another function. We are passing all the members and its values to another function. So this structure can be accessed from the called function. So whenever we are passing a structure by its value to another function, it means that we are passing all the members and its values to another function, that is calling function. In the same way, called function also receives that particular members and its values by its local members. Okay, so like that we will pass the structure to a function with the help of by passing a values. So how we can pass values, that we will discuss with the example program. Okay, so consider first of all every program we will discuss, we have to write header file stdio.h. After that here I am using string.h. Why I am using this particular string.h, I will tell you. We are using some string library function called strcpy in our programming, or if you are handling any string library function, then you have to use header file string.h. So here my structure is student structure, it is the name of the structure. Okay, I am writing the body of the structure. These are the members, id, name, percentage, and as well as I have taken only three particular members here. One is nothing but ID, name, percentage. So roll number, name, and what is the percentage of marks. So I have taken different data types, and these are the members of the structure student. Okay. So after that I have written one prototype here, function prototype. So whenever I have written some prototype, I am using I am going to define that particular user defined function in my program. Okay. So here I am defining another function called func. Okay. So this is the structure, and this is another function I have created, function prototype. So after that, what I have written the main function. Okay. So this is user defined function that I am going to define in below. So this is the main function. Okay. After that, what I have written, what is this? This is nothing but object or structure variable. Okay. So I have created record, and I have created a variable record, and I have associated with that particular variable to structure student. So whenever I have associated this particular variable, this variable will have a capability to access these members with the help of which operator? Very good, dot operator. Okay. So with the help of dot operator, I am going to access these particular members of the structure student. Okay. So record dot id, record dot name, record dot percentage. If I want to store the values into the structure student, I will use record dot id, record dot name, record dot percentage with the help of scanf function. If you want to display the members of the values, then same we have to use with the printf statement. Okay. You know that. Okay. After that, what I have written, directly I have assigned the values. Record dot id, that means id equal to id will become 1. Okay. After that, copy means I am going to copy one string. What is my string? Raju. I have to copy in which location? Record dot name. So in this particular array, I want to store this particular string. So the array consists of name of the student Raju. Okay. After that, what I have written, record dot percentage. I have directly stored the value of float value 86.5 into percentage. So these are the marks of percentage. So in this way, I have taken one student information, and I have stored all the members of that particular student structure of one student information I have stored directly. Okay. So like that, next what I have written here, I have called one function. Function call has been done. So what is this particular function call? Here this particular main function is calling this particular func function, and func function it calls another function func with the process of call by value. So whenever a function is calling another function, it simply passing here, what is this? You consider this is it is not a normal variable, it is a structure variable. Okay, you have to understand this is a very important point. Okay, here main function is passing a structure variable to which function? User defined function func. So this is we are here main function is passing the structure by its value. So so indirectly structure is passing main function is passing structure variable, means indirectly automatically all the structure members are going to be passed to the func function. Okay. So whenever this particular structure variable is sent by the calling function, the called function also has to receive it. Who is the called function here? func is the called function. How it will receive? Okay. After that, I have written 0. Whenever a function call is made, so simply control will go to the func function. So control will come here. So this is the func function. Okay. So whenever a particular structure variable is came, that variable that variable value is to be copied in this particular record. Sir, there also have taken record, and here also have taken record. Okay, no problem. This is a local variable, structure variable to this particular function, and that record is a local variable to that main function. Okay, simply what will happen? So simply the main function is passed the structure variable value to the user defined function called func, and func also take the input from main function, and it places the required input value to its own local function called local variable called record. Okay. So after that, what will happen, you can see. Okay. So in that, what I have written, printf id and name and percentage. Simply whatever the values I have stored in the main function, same I am going to print that values by using user defined function. Okay. So okay, what you have to understand in this program means, I have stored the values by using structure variable record of local main function, and I am going to display the structure variable values with the help of user defined function. How this particular user defined will function all members of the structure? Why? Because the main function passes structure variable as a value. Okay, main function passes the structure variable value to the func function. So calling function passes the structure value to the called function. So the called function receives the structure variable value, and according to structure variable it displays whatever the information I have stored in the first student information, same it is going to be displayed with the help of this particular func function. Okay, so you can see the output here. So ID is 1, name is Razu, and percentage is 86.5 float number. Okay, so what you have to understand means whenever a main function is passing structure variable, here structure variable is nothing but record. Okay, so whenever a main function is passing by calling user defined function, it passes the structure variable value. In the same way, whenever a value is passed, user defined function, that means called function, will receive that particular information with the help of its local variable. Okay, so whenever this particular is received, we can update the values of we are going to display the values of particular structure member values, but we know the disadvantage in call by value. Okay, so whatever the modification you want to done in the structure also, you can done with the help of func function only. But that updated values, updated member information, all the members of ID, name, row and particular percentage, that cannot be updated in the main function if you done any updation in the user defined function called func. That is the disadvantage of call by value, you know that. Okay, same process, call by value is the call by reference, are the same process what we discussed in functions. There in functions we are passing the values, variable values, and we are passing the variable addresses. Here we are passing the structure variables values and structure variable addresses. That is the only differentiation in between structure to functions also. Okay, that's why call by value, call by reference topics are very, very important. Okay, hope you understand. So this is about call by passing a structure to another function by its value. Okay, and coming to next one, second one, we have it is also a very important one, passing a structure to function by using its address. That means indirectly it is a call by reference concept. There in previous case we have passed the structure variable object value. Here we are passing the structure variable, that means object address. So when the calling function is passes the address to the called function, in called function a normal variable will have a capability to receive the address. Very good. No. So in particular called function, only the pointer will have the capability to receive the address. So whenever a calling function passes the address, in called function there must be pointer has to define to receive that particular address. You know that we have discussed in functions also. Okay, so same concept we are applying in structures also. In this program the whole structure is passed to another function by its address. The whole structure we are going to be passed to another function simply by passing the object address. Okay, so it means that address of the structure is passed to another function, we know that. Okay, so the whole structure is not passed to another function with all the members and their values. This structure can be accessed from called function by its address. Okay, so we are passing the whole structure is not passed to another function with all members and all their values. So this structure can be accessed from the calling function by its own address. Simply we are passing the addresses. Simply in the called function the pointer is going to receive the object address. So this is the important point you have to observe when we are passing a structure as by address. Okay, so you can see the example program here. Same I am taking header file, same structure I am taking, ID, roll number and percentage, name, same program I have written, but here only instead of passing value we are passing the address. Okay, we can have to use ampersand, that we can see whenever a function call is made. So this is the main function. So this is the main function. In that function I have written I have declared a structure variable that is called object name is record. In the same way in this previous case I have displayed the information of first student like one Raju and percentage 86.5. So this is very important. So this will differentiate, it will this particular statement is differentiating in previous case and this case. Okay, in previous case we have passed the value, okay, but we are passing here now address. Reference means address. So how we are passing address? With the help of address operator. So we are passing this particular structure variable address. Indirectly what we are passing? We are passing structure. So structure means we are passing structure means to which we are passing. The main function is passing to this particular FUNC function. So the main function is passing the address of the structure to another function called FUNC. So FUNC, how whenever a function call is made, the control will go to that particular function definition. Okay, here this is the function definition of FUNC function. I told you, whenever a calling function is passing the addresses in the called function, there must be, you have to define pointer. So how do we know it is a pointer? We have used indirection operator. Okay, so whenever the variable name is declared with indirection operator, that is a pointer. It is not a normal pointer, it is a variable pointer. Okay, so it is not a normal variable, it is a variable pointer. And coming to, whenever a particular address is came, that address will be stored in this particular pointer. So indirectly this pointer is referring, or this pointer is pointing to which one? This pointer is pointing to the structure student. So whenever it is pointing to this particular student structure, it will have the capability to access all these particular members of this particular structure. So it will access ID, it will access name, it will access marks also, percentage also. It will access or it will update the values also. Okay, so when you know in call by reference, if you done any updation in this particular FUNC user defined function, called function, that will be reflected in the calling function also in call by reference. Same concept, but we are using here structures only. Okay, so what I have written here, this is very important. I am going to print the ID. First of all, I have stored the values. Whatever the student one, I have stored 1 Raju, same concept, same story. So 86.5. So this is the first student information I have taken. Okay, you can take n number of students information also, and don't think that I'm using same example only. Okay, you can use any example also. Okay, consider whenever you are storing the values, after that I am going to display the structure variable values using a pointer. So I want to display the structure members values through pointer, means I am going to access the members of the structure through pointer. Okay, if you want to access members of the structure through pointer, which operator you have to use? Nice. Which operator you have to use? Arrow operator, or another combination also I have told to you in previous session. Tell me friends, what is that? Very good. That is nothing but dot along with star. Okay, indirection operator along with asterisk that we have to use, but we have to use in parenthesis. That is a disadvantage that we have already discussed. So it is better to use arrow operator. In the same way, I am using here arrow operator. So this particular information is going to be displaying the ID of the student using pointer. Okay, so after that, what I have written, I am going to display the name of the student with the help of pointer, record arrow name. Okay, record arrow percentage. Like this I am going to display all the members of the structure using pointer. Okay, so actually I have not defined that particular structure in the FUNC function, but FUNC is having the capability to print the structure student. How the capability has came? Because of the structure is passed by the main function as a reference to this particular FUNC function. So in this concept, the structure is passed from main function to FUNC function by passing its address. Okay, so if you FUNC want to do any modification or updation to the members of the structure, it will reflect in FUNC function and as well as a main function also. Okay, after that what I have written, simply I am displaying the value. So ID1, name and percentage. Okay, so in this statement again, if you done any same these three statements, record that ID, record dot strcpy, record dot name, record dot percentage. For example, in the same way, after this statement, I have written another three statements. Record dot id equal to 2, record dot strcpy, record dot name equal to Gopi, like that. Record dot percentage equal to 90. I have written that will be affected in this particular main function also. Or if you want to change this particular student information again, that will also be done in the func function. Okay, same call by reference concept, same story, so that we have already discussed in the functions. That same story we are discussing here, but there we are discussing with the variables. Here we are discussing in the form of structures. That is the only differentiation, friends. Okay, so this is about structure to functions relationship. So before going to the next concept, I am going to conclude the previous topic. That is nothing but so there is a, in C language there is a there is a option is there, there is a choice is there that we can provide the relationship between structure to functions also. So how we can provide, how we can connect the structures to functions means based on the concepts of passing mechanisms, that is nothing but passing by value or pass by address. Same way we call it as a call by value or call by address. So same concept we are discussing in the structures. So there are two ways, one is call by value and another one is a call by address. So here in call by value concept, the structure variable value is to be passed from calling function to the called function, and the called function will take that particular structure object address. In the same way it handle the members of structures. Second way is nothing but passing the structure instead of passing the value, we are passing the structure as address. That is nothing but a calling function will pass the structure address. In the same way, called function will receive that particular address by using its own local pointer. Okay, so whenever we have done any modification, that will be reflected in either called function or in calling function in the call by reference concept. But call by value concept, you have done any modification or execution in the user defined function, that means called function, that will not be reflected in the calling function. So this is about the concept of providing the relationship between structures to functions. Okay, coming to next one. So type definition and structures, this is very important. It completely belongs to structure variable. Okay, so for example, I have taken structure variable struct student st. So this is nothing but my object name or structure variable name, structure variable declaration. For example, I have used a type definition before this. Okay, so before this I have used type def, means we are giving some alias name, that means nickname, or we can say it is a repeated name. For example, we know that so many popular heroes are there, that they might have some nicknames and they may have some popular names. Okay, so generally the original name is different, but their popular name is different. So alias, we call it as a alias. So like that in structures also, if you want to provide any alias name to the particular structure variables, then you have to use before the struct keyword, you have to use type def keyword. Okay, so what is this type def, and we will see with the example program also. So type def, it is a keyword that is used to give a new symbolic name or alias name for the existing names. Not only for the structure variables, if you want to give, if you want to update any symbolic name, if you want to change the name of anything, that we can use type definition before that. So type definition indicates that we are going to give some alias name to the existing, we are going to give some symbolic name for the existing name in the C program. So whenever you have used type def, so that alias name will be used throughout the program. Okay. So you can see with the example program, you can better understand. This is the same like defining alias for the commands. Yes. Now this is a this is a small structure. I have taken student structure, and these are the members marks, names, and average. Two array members I have taken, and another one average I have taken. Okay. So these are the three members I have taken, and after that, so here a small syntactical mistake is there. You have to end with semicolon. Okay, so variable for the above structure can be declared. For example, I want to declare a structure variable for this. I can use I know two ways are there, using structure tag or at the end of the declaration. Two ways I have to use, but here this particular structure tag I have created structure variables of normal variable and pointer variable. So this statement indicates that it is a structure normal variable for the student structure. So it is a variable normal variable for the student structure. It is a pointer variable for the student structure. This way it is already used. Okay, coming to the next second way. Second way is nothing but this is a particular alias name we have given. Okay, so here the structure name is nothing but alias name. So if you have created this particular statements, after that you have defined this particular statement, all the structure variable names to be converted into this particular alias name. So here typedef I have used means the student structure variable must be status. Structure variable name must be status. I have given some record alias status, record pointer alias status, like that I am giving alias name here with the help of type definition. The syntax for declaring type definition is before struct keyword you have to use the keyword typedef, and you have to give what is the new name you want to update. That name you have to mention. Okay. Hope you can see with the example program you can better understand. So type definition is nothing but giving a symbolic name for the existing names in the C program throughout. Okay. Going for the example program, friends, some of the statements related to type definition. So if you use type definition keyword before tag name like above, after that we can simply use that is a type definition. So when you have used any word before that particular type struct keyword, so that new name is called as a type definition. Here our type definition is status in the C program declares the structure variable. So whenever I have used a type definition and I have used new name status, throughout the program that particular structure variable name must be status. Okay. After that, now structure variable declaration will be status record. So you have to observe this particular one. If I am using a normal variable record, then I have updated my type definition status means automatically the name will be status record. Or if you are using any status record means indirectly it is nothing but this statement where pointing status record is nothing but it is a new structure variable name. Indirectly it is this particular statement. So whatever the statement we have written. So initially we have written struct student record, but I have changed alias name, that is status. Now we have written like this. What it indicates, it is nothing but the new name of structure student, that is nothing but status record. You can see with the example program you can understand. Okay, type definition struct student is nothing but that is status. I have changed the status equal to struct student. So hope you understand this particular name we have changed like status. Okay. So example program you can see here. So this is a student structure and I have used type definition here. Okay. So next what I am going to write, I have taken 4 variables, 3 members, ID, name, percentage, and this is my structure variable. After that structure variable I have used status record. So this is nothing but student structure and this is nothing but structure variable, and I have updated this particular alias name to status record. By using this particular status record, then my particular status record I will use this particular record structure variable to access the members of the given structure. Okay. Generally we think that this particular status, by using this particular status we will access the members of the given structure, but after that I have given alias name to this particular status as record. This is very important. This is the only point you have to understand in this particular program. Okay. So first of all, actually I have given student structure. Whenever I have used a type definition, if I want to change, if I want to give any alias name or symbolic name to the structure variable, then I had a chance to update it to give alias name or symbolic name. Why? Because I have used a type definition in my program. Okay. So initially I have taken the structure variable as status. This is my structure variable. After that, in the main function I have given some alias name. I have updated the symbolic name of status to record. Okay. So by using this particular record, then you can access the members of structure. So indirectly, if you are using record means what? Record means what? So student status dot id, student status dot name, student status dot percentage, like that. Okay, but I have given that particular status to alias name as record. Simply I am using record here to access the members. So record dot id equal to 1 I have given, and same way, same example here also I have taken. So Raju, I have stored the value, and 86.5 is the value. Okay, you can take 2 Gopi and 100% also. You can take a different example also. Okay, so hope you understand. So this is the alias name and symbolic name I have given. So with the help of that particular structure variable name, I have stored the values of student 1 information. In the same way, by using that same alias name, by using dot operator, and I have printed the values of first student information of student structure. So like record dot name, record dot percentage, and record dot id. So after that return 0 I have written, and I have closed the main function. So here I have used strcpy, that's why I have used string dot h. Okay. So this program indicates that we are going to give some symbolic name to the structure variable status, that is nothing but record. So the definition of type def is, if you want to define any type of symbolic name to the existing names throughout the program, not only for structure variable or anything, you can, if you want to give alias name or a symbolic name for the existing names throughout the program, then you have to use a type definition keyword. So if a type definition keyword you have to use as a type def, and by applying your structure, then you have to use struct, and which structure you want to update it, then that is structure name and structure variable name. Okay, like that you have to update, and throughout the program that will be alias name for that particular structure. So this is in this way the type definition will be used between the structures. So this is the relationship between type definition to structures. So hope you understand this is the concept of structures. Okay, so I am going to print the output here. This is the output, id is 1, name is Raju, and percentage is 86.50. So what you have to understand, this output is how this output is displayed with the help of alias name, with the help of type definition name, with the help of symbolic name called record. Okay, with the help of record only I have stored the values, and I have displayed the values of members of the structure student. Okay, so this is about structures. So what I have conveyed in this particular video session is, I am going to conclude it. So we have discussed, friends, 2 types of topics in structures in the continuation series of structures. First one is nothing but structures to functions, and the second one is nothing but type definition between the structures. Okay, so first one, structures to functions. If you want to provide any relationship between connection to the structures to function, same concept what we discussed, that is a passing mechanisms, is nothing but pass by value and pass by address. So if you want to pass value, the whole structure variable value will be copied from calling function to the called function. Okay, but you have done any modification, that will not be updated in the calling function. And coming to call by address, that means pass by address, we are passing the structure object address, total structure object address to the calling from calling function to the called function. So when the calling function passes the address, the incoming type is address, then here you have to define in the called function pointer only. Why? Because pointer will have the capability to store the addresses. So like that, in called function we have defined pointers, the structure pointer variable. So in the same way it will receive that, and it will update and modify the structure members and its values. If any modification is done in this case, that will be affected in the calling function also. So that is nothing but providing a relation or connection between structures to functions. And coming to second one, type definition is nothing but it is a keyword, that by using this particular keyword we can give a symbolic name or alias name for the existing names in the C program. Okay, so how we can give the alias name for the structure variables, that we have discussed with the example program. So here my alias name, my original name of structure variable status for the student structure is aliased or symbolic to the particular name called record. So with the particular new name alias name, I have taken all the values of the members, and I have read it, I have initialized it, in the same way I have displayed throughout the program. So this is about the relationship between structures to functions. Hope you understand, and if you had any doubt, you can please ask me and call me or mail me. I will definitely clarify your queries. And thank you very much, friends, and have a nice day.